Yeah, special greetings to you watching me out there. My name is Fandov Azike. Today I will be talking on the subject matter political participation. Very, very, very important. Share. However, if today is your very first time of seeing my video, please consider to subscribe. When you subscribe, you will discover for yourself, as well you will learn more on political education and human development. You will also learn more on the instructions, principles, and the secrets of great men and women of all times. Your comment is important. Like and click the notification bell so that whenever I upload a new teaching, you can always get notified. Without wasting much of our time on the subject matter political participation, I want to remind our minds, I want to remind us, men can only be free and equal when they are allowed to participate in the determination of their own affairs. The government can only be fair to you when you participate in the selection process. When you fail to participate, you will enthrone the government that will enslave you and your generations. Political participation. What is political participation? Political participation is the involvement, the participation of the people in an effort to influence the decision making process of their own society through leadership selection. It is the whole of the activities of men and women in the political system, their involvement during the political activities to ensure that they influence the decision making process in the course of electing their representatives. That is political participation. It is your involvement. It is your people's involvement, their activities during election process to ensure that their wishes are secured. All they put together at that point in time is called political participation. We are going to look at factors, things that can help us to participate. things that will make us to be involved in the decision and in the process of getting leaders that will do our will. One of the things that will help us is political socialization. When people are politically aware from the family, because socialization or political socialization is the process whereby people are politically aware or people are politically taught how the political system operates. So if people are politically sociable from their family, from the school they went, from where they visit and interact, they will be more interested, they will be motivated to be involved in the political activities. So political education will be will make you to make an informed political opinions sorry, on social matters and political matters. Very sorry. So political socialization, political education will prepare you to be politically sound. This will help you to make contributions on issues affecting the social political system. But when you don't have this kind of education or sociability, you will find political activity uninterested. You become what we call political apathy. So, political education or political socialization is one of the factors that will make you be politically conscious. Another one is the political environment. The environment you find yourself. Man is by nature a slave to an environment. What you see in an environment affects you, beats you. If you are in an environment where they are not politically conscious or they are politically unaware, you will end up not being politically moved or motivated. Or where the government has been so indifferent or has never kept their promises or their presence, such will go a long way to affect your political activities. So environmental factor or geopolitical factor is a factor. Another factor is the political activities or political party or social affiliation. What party do you belong? What social group do you belong? What support group do you link yourself with? man can only realize his full potential only when he lives among men in societal context. That is to say, for you to exist and achieve whatever you want to achieve, you must associate, because no man is an island. When you belong to social groups, political groups, it will motivate you. It will motivate you to participate. It will expose you and educate you. Thereby, you will contribute your quota to the development of your environment. So the principle of association is very, very important. Your religion is also a factor. Some people today, their religious belief and knowledge determines their level of political participation and influence. Some of us are dogmatic followers, that they follow leaders without examining his or her words or action. Our spiritual leaders at times determines our political faith, religion. Another one is knowledge, your own personal education. If you are politically, if you are well read, if you are educated, you will also know the importance of your civic responsibilities. You should know you have an obligation. But if you are not educated, you will not be able to know the havoc and the challenges and dangers ahead of you for not participating politically. So education is also part of the motivating factor of influence. Very, very important. We have so many factors, but let us take this for the now. Then let us look our involvement in the party structure. We have mentioned political party as also part of factors that can influence political participation. Now let us look at our involvement as individuals in the party structure. Man, know thyself. Let us understand where or the class we belong in the political structure or participation. So we are going to look at the level of political participation. If you don't know where you belong today, I think with this very particular course, you will be able to understand where you belong politically, your political involvement. When we look at the topmost, we are going to look at it from the three classes or categories. The topmost, we are going to look at what we call the gladiators or the gladiators. If you are in a party and you belong at this topmost, it means you are among the pillars of the party. You people fight to ensure that the party stands. It's part of your activities. It's part of your job. If you belong to the topmost as the gladiators in the party, one of your involvement, or you have arrived at a position where you begin to fight for the survival of the party. At times, these gladiators are people who hold office, or they are also candidates of the party. They source for fund. They look for fund to sustain that party. They do everything within their means to ensure that this party stands. They attend caucus meetings, strategic meetings to ensure that the party stands. They deploy their intellectual capacities to make sure that the party survives. They make huge sacrifice to make sure that the party survives. They are at the topmost. They are called the gladiators. So if you are in political activities, when you discover that you have all these efforts, you are holding office, you are paying all the resources, you are spending so much money to finance this party, you are going to strategic and caucus meetings, you hold an office, you can do everything to make sure that this party don't goes down. That is the level we are talking of. Second to this is called the transitional position. There are also men and women at this level working around the clock to ensure that the party stays alive. They make financial contributions. They make a lot of contacts outside the political parties and within the parties. They contact people with influence and in positions to make sure that the party sustains. They attend rallies. They contribute financially to keep the party alive. They devote so much of their time to make sure that the party never goes down. They attend meetings of various kinds to ensure that the party survives. Above all, they also ensure that the party at all times will succeed. At the lower level or the base is called the spectators. These are people who promote the party. They advertise the party. Whenever you see them, they always put on one or two things that show that they belong to this very party. They may be putting up their cap or their t-shirt or their stickers. They promote the party. They also initiate political conversation. Anywhere you see them, they talk politics. They even go in extension to tell people who they can vote for. That is canvassing. And why and how and when to vote. They work. In fact, most of the youth belong to this very category. So you grow from one stage to the other in the political participation. You grow in different levels. So politics or political participation, like we said, is all the activities put together by the people in a given political system or environment to ensure as well influence the decision-making process through leadership selection. So political participation is very, very, very important, because when we fail to participate in the government of our own state, we will give rooms for people that are not good enough to become our leaders. Thank you very much. Till we meet again, subscribe and share. Very, very important. Bye for now.